Hi. So today I'm going to show you how to set up a Facebook live stream. There are a few ways how you can do it. So some of the ways I'm going to show you: setting up the Facebook live stream on your page, setting up a Facebook live stream in a group, and setting up a live stream on an event. So there are advantages to every method. If you set up a Facebook live stream on your page, then all your page followers are going to see the video and it's going to be public to everybody, so everyone can find your Facebook stream and also join. If you organize it in a group, if it's a public group, then obviously everybody who joins the public group will be able to see your stream. And if it's a private group, then it's only people who are members of that group that will be able to see your Facebook stream. So if you have private classes or a private event, it's a good idea to create a members-only Facebook group for it. And then you can also create a live stream on an event. So if you already have an existing event, for example, or if you want to create something recurring, for example, where people can join every day, every week, or something like that, then event is also a good idea, and they will also get a reminder that the event is starting soon. So it's a great way to catch the attention and remind people about the event that's starting. So I'm going to show you how to create and go live right away, and also how to schedule your Facebook Live. So we're going to start on the page. So I have a Billetto organizers page here, and the easiest way to go live, you just simply click live button in the create option here. You can also actually simply follow the link over here. So it's facebook.com/live/producer. So this is a new feature they have just released, and it's making the process of going on Facebook Live so much easier. So before, you couldn't actually even schedule a Facebook Live without having a third-party software, and now you actually can, which is making it so much easier organizing and going live. So here we have this option, so go live now. So when we're going to fill out all of the details, we're going to go live right away. You can choose a different page that you want to post the Facebook Live on, or you can post it on the page that you've already selected. You can also post it in the group. So this is actually how you do the Facebook Live, both in the group or on the page. But we're just going to show you how to do that on the page now, and then you can do exactly the same thing in the group. So I'm just going to do Facebook Live on this page. And it's optional to put a video title, but it's a good idea to possibly just to explain people what to expect from your Facebook Live. So I'm going to call it a test broadcast. And then you can also write a little bit more detail. So some of your followers will probably know what the video is about, but it's a good idea to add this because when your broadcast is done, then it's a good idea to keep the video and reuse it for other purposes later. So this will actually explain to other followers that might be joining later what this broadcast was all about. All right, so this is a test broadcast for a tutorial. Then cross-post to more pages. So if you're managing several pages and you want to broadcast to all of them, you can also select this feature and just pick another page that you want to the Facebook Live to run on. If you want the Facebook Live to run in the group at the same time as on the page that you manage, you also can do it here. And here you can change the audience settings. So for example, restrict it to a certain age or to a certain location. If you're doing a gaming broadcast, you can actually select a game, find a game and tag it in here. And this way people can actually discover your live broadcast easier. So here, this is actually something I'm going to use now just because I don't want to publish this on the page and alert people who are following to watch a test broadcast, basically. So you can actually select this as well if you just want to test the feature, test your camera, and see how this whole broadcasting works. So here, if I select this feature, then it's only the admins of the page and myself who are going to be able to see the stream that we're going to create now. This is a very handy feature, especially if you want to see how your background looks like, how your video quality comes across. If you're doing a class and you're using a background music, for example, like you don't necessarily hear it when you're recording it, so you want to hear what it's going to sound like when it actually is broadcasted to your followers. So it's a really, really good idea to actually test the broadcast and publish it as a test broadcast before you go live. So now, some of the really quick features to go through, because they're really, really handy as well. You have polls and you have questions in here. So polls is very self-explanatory. You can add a question and options for an answer for the poll. And during your broadcast, you can go back to the poll, go back to the questions and launch a poll, and then display the answers to people. So I can show it to you as well. So test poll, and then we say yes, and then we say no, and save this as a poll. Then when you're live, you can actually publish the poll. So right now, because you're not live, it's not there. You can also actually create several polls and ask them during your broadcast. It works the same with the questions. So this is a test question, and you can ask this question during the broadcast. So I'll show it to you in a minute. So we're gonna go back to the stream setup here. If you are a bit more technical and you're using a third-party software to actually launch your stream, then you can use these settings over here and follow the settings in your software. But for somebody who's not as technically inclined, and if you really want to use the camera on your computer to do your Facebook Lives, there's actually an easier feature, which is camera over here. Hi! And now you can see the preview of your camera, and you can test the settings over here. You can connect an external camera if you're more technically inclined, and you can connect an external microphone as well if you have another microphone available. You can also share your screen from here, so if you need to show something happening on your screen. So if you're happy with that, you can actually just go ahead and start the broadcast. So this is a test broadcast over here, so I can just start 1, 2, 3, and your broadcast is live. So you can see all of your comments on this left hand side over here, and remember we created a poll. So if we go back to the polls over here, I can select this poll and I can publish it. And now I don't see a preview, but I will show you after we recorded this video what it looks like. So I can also show results in the video, so people will see the results of the poll. And I can go to the questions as well, and I can open a card with a question. So the card will appear in the video. I will show it to you as well after we're done. And then I can also close the card, which is going to stop the question. So if you have multiple questions, you can ask them here. And great, so this is just a simple preview. So once you're ready to finish with your broadcast, say goodbye to your followers, and you just end broadcast over here. And okay. Now, once we're done with the broadcast, you actually, well, you can rate the video quality if you want. You can view the post, and this is actually going to be published to your Facebook page, and you can also delete the video if you don't want to keep the video. I mean, we would recommend to keep the video because it's a great marketing material. You can reuse it in so many different ways, but if it was a one-time video and if you don't want people to find it, you can also delete it, but you can also hide the post from the page later if you don't want it to be discovered. So we're just going to view the post because I just want to show you how polls and questions work. So if we're going to view the post here, I'm just going to mute it so you don't hear it over again. And this is where our poll was at. So if I go here you could actually have selected yes or no, and then you can also see the question, the results in the poll later. At some point there was a question, so yeah, there was a standing question over there. So when you ask a question, it appears in the video and people can give you answers via comments. If I had any comments on this event, it would actually appear here. And if you're on mobile, it actually appears over your broadcast. So this is it on the broadcast on your page or your group. You can also schedule a Facebook Live. So to do that, instead of go live now, we actually click on schedule a live video here. And then we select date and time. It has to be at least 20 minutes ahead in time before you go live, because you need to test your stream. And if you wanted to go live right away, you would go live now anyway. So the chances are you're probably gonna do it like sometime ahead. So I'm just gonna set it up for 2 o'clock just to show you, and we're gonna put it on the page again. This is a test broadcast as usual. So here, because it's a scheduled broadcast, you can actually select and add a different image. So it picks up the image from the top of the page, but I have another image I can add. So I want to go with this image. This is how it's gonna appear in the timeline of your followers. And the great thing about this is that they can actually click here and then they will get a reminder of your live broadcast. They send a reminder out several times before you're actually live. And this is also a great way to make sure that more people attend your live broadcast. You don't have to do basically all the manual reminder to your followers all the time. So we've selected the image. All the rest of the stuff is exactly the same as we've done before. So you can't set up polls and questions ahead of time for this option, unfortunately, but you can actually do that when you're in the stream. So the same way as before, you can also use your camera here. If you want, you can also, I forgot to show you these settings here. If you want to embed the live stream on your video or in any service you're using, you can also do it in here. So there are extra settings. Yeah, this option here, so you can allow your viewers to rewind and watch a video from any point available. You can also disable this if you want them to watch it in full. So great. So we're ready to create the scheduled live video. So you can just click here and it's successfully scheduled now. Now, before you're ready to go live, so you can just simply save this link. That's actually handier. I think Facebook are still working on this feature, so sometimes it's a little hard to find this feature, but yourself, you're actually gonna get all of the reminders about this stream in your notification. So just before you are about to go live, you can actually just simply click in the notification and you're going to see this post. In this post, you see the message over here that says admin only. So this is why I would really suggest saving the other link, because then you can just go directly into your scheduled post. But otherwise, you can actually find it here. So you click on the admin only, edit your details, and you're in the settings here. So you can see that you're due to go live in 3 hours. That's totally fine, but what you can do as well, you can actually override this by clicking here, so enable manual mode. So when you click on enable manual mode, and now we can just switch on our camera again. Hello. And we're ready actually to just manually start a live video. So it's gonna work exactly the same as before. I'm not gonna do it now because I also don't want to alert all of our followers right now to doing this live video. But this is gonna work exactly the same way. So you can find your polls, you can find your questions here. So this is exactly the way we did when we just went live. You can do that 20 minutes before your broadcast is about to start. Just carry on with your Facebook live video. Now, I'm gonna show you how to create a Facebook Live if you have a scheduled event as well. So I have created a test event over here. If you don't know how to create a Facebook event, we also have a tutorial for that. I will link to that in the description below. So this is actually very easy. So what you do on your Facebook event, you simply, it's actually in both sections over here. You can either go to About or a Discussion, and you just simply click Live Video over here. So you can see right away it's connected to your camera, and you can see your preview right away. So you can either go live right away, you can potentially also schedule your appearance. The only problem with this is that it's actually still using an old layout for the live broadcast. And because of that, you actually need to use third-party software to schedule a live preview on an event. So you can either just go live right away by selecting the camera and just going live. You create some description over here. You can put in the title of your broadcast over here. You can see the performance of your microphone in this place over here. If you go to the interactive, you can also add a poll and add a question. So it works exactly the same way, but is just the old layout for the broadcasting, just for the events. So this is how you create a Facebook Live broadcast on a page, in a group, and in the event. If you want to add tickets or a donation option to your Facebook Live, you can also find a tutorial on our channel how to do this. This video is produced by Billetto, so obviously we recommend you use Billetto for your ticket sales. It takes less than 5 minutes to set up a ticket sales page or a donation page that you can use in your live broadcast. And I hope this was helpful.